Coming up tonight, live at 5, families directly impacted by recent mass shootings gathered on Capitol Hill today, what they're urging lawmakers to do, and what President Biden has in mind beyond background checks. Plus, as the war in Ukraine continues, thousands of refugees continue to flee the Russian assault. Tonight, we hear from one of them who now has a safe haven in the Northland. And it's gridlock in parts of downtown Duluth, but nothing wrong with that. When it's sidewalk days, we'll share some of the fun and let you know what's still to come.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good to have you with us. I'm Paul Brown. Gun control advocates and families impacted by recent tragedies rallied on Capitol Hill today calling for stricter gun control laws as well as a ban on assault weapons. Deborah Alfarone has more details from Washington.
The agony and anger of losing loved ones in recent mass shootings nationwide took center stage on Capitol Hill.
Our communities are paying the high price. We're paying the price of our sanity. We're paying the price of our peace.
Just last week, a mass shooter killed 7 people at a July 4th parade in the Chicago suburb of Highland Park.
Highland Park has experienced something that no community should ever experience.
Mary Jo Tinkoff, her husband, and 2 young boys ran for their lives that day as the 21-year-old suspect opened fire using a high-powered military-style assault weapon.
I look over at my husband, I glance at him, and he just screams, "Run."
Newly released surveillance video shows police in action as the gunman in Uvalde, Texas, massacred young students and teachers using an AR-15 style rifle. With President Biden overseas, several of the families impacted by the gun violence in Uvalde and in Highland Park came to the White House to talk to deputy-level staffers about what can be done to prevent future tragedies.
We want a federal ban on assault weapons now.
U.S. lawmakers passed a new gun control bill last month requiring enhanced background checks, among other things, for anyone under 21 buying firearms. But President Biden is pushing for Congress to go further, calling for the return of the assault weapons ban of 1994 that he helped pass when he was a senator.
In that 10 years it was law, mass shootings went down.
The Democratic-led House is expected to pass a new bill, which would create a communications network to inform communities when active shooters are in their area. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
There have been 333 mass shootings so far this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive. An update tonight after an armed robbery on the Iron Range. Police now say the 2 teenagers involved have been charged. It happened just before 9 p.m. July 5th at the Lucky 7 in Aurora. East Range police say a 15-year-old wearing a hood and mask went into the store, held up a gun, and demanded money, tobacco, and vape products. A 16-year-old was waiting for him outside. Police say both boys have been charged with first-degree aggravated robbery, which is a felony. Their cases are currently being handled in juvenile court. Well, months after tension first turned violent, the war between Russia and Ukraine rages on, with many refugees still trying desperately to escape. Here in the Northland, one of those refugees just arrived in Duluth last week. Going only by Lana for her safety and that of others, she's hoping to find peace for the first time since the war broke out. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham shares her story.
It's a really difficult way for saving my life, but I don't have a choice because my area is still in occupation.
Less than 6 months ago, Lana was at home in Ukraine, but her world was rocked when that home was invaded. She fled, eventually ending up in Sweden, but she still felt too close to Russia for comfort.
I post my story in Facebook. I think I need to do this. At least I can try.
Halfway across the world, here in Duluth, Bill and Maureen Olvey were looking for a refugee to sponsor when they saw Lana's post.
Spoke with her, typed back and forth, and then a few video chats. Seemed like it would be a good match.
And I told Maureen that, writing, that I don't have the money for the ticket, and she writing me back, okay, we can do for you.
Next thing Lana knew, she was on a flight to Duluth.
A lot of people meeting me in airport, yes, with flowers, with presents.
The Olveys welcomed Lana with open arms.
We couldn't not do it. You know, everybody has complications in their life, but nothing as complicated as being a refugee from war.
Now safe in America, Lana is relieved, but she faces a harsh reality.
Is it difficult not knowing whether you'll be home again?
Yes, it's very difficult. Try to understand, we have a beautiful country.
But she knows she can find a glimpse of home here in the U.S.
And why I came here? Because you have a same spirit.
A glimmer of peace, but there's still the knowledge that halfway across the world, a country is in pain.
Here, you can watch the news and keep track of what's going on, or you can ignore it. And I think if you ignore it, then it seems less serious or less important.
Lana thankful for her chance to live, but urging people to remember those she had to leave behind.
And this is really a miracle. Thank you. Yes.
The Elvey family has been working with Duluth's Trinity Lutheran Church to bring Lana to the U.S. Under the U.S.'s Uniting for Ukraine program, Ukrainian refugees can stay in the country for 2 years as long as they have a sponsor who agrees to financially support them where needed. There's a great excuse to get outside and get downtown this week. Sidewalk Day started this morning on West Superior Street. Local businesses from downtown and beyond took to the streets, showing off their clothing, jewelry, and food, and much more. Christy Stokes, president of the Greater Downtown Council, says it's events like these that really shine a strong spotlight on the area.
I think what this does is it energizes our downtown and our community, because it's just, it's a lot of people out on the street interacting. It really brings that sense of place back to our community.
While some of the vendors have gone home for the day, the Classic Car Show is still going until 8 tonight. Sidewalk Days continues from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. both tomorrow and Friday. There are also street dances Friday and Saturday nights. Hundreds of runners hit the pavement today for a good cause. 250 runners took off from Indian Station for the 14th annual Sidewalk Shuffle 5K. The run is sponsored by the Duluth YMCA and is the organization's largest fundraiser. It allows them to offer programs like Catch, which helps children identify and pursue healthy eating activity.
Our goal with this event, which always has kicked off the start of Sidewalk Days for the Greater Downtown Council, our goal is to bring people together in healthy living and bringing them together for a cause.
The fundraiser also helps fund scholarships that the Y gives out. Well, Dave joins us now to check out what looked like there for that run. Great weather. It was really nice today.
Yeah, after a couple of bumpy nights, we have some smooth sailing coming our way, at least for the next 36 hours or so. Then we go back to the other side. But let's talk about the sunny side as we see it live in Grand Marais. Live local look up there shows the lake looking very beautiful, very calm, probably a little bit cold. It's only in the upper 30s up there, but if you admire from a distance rather than jump in, it works out all right. Only a few clouds in the sky, and that's because high pressure has taken over our region, and that will make for clear to partly cloudy nights tonight and a sunny day once again tomorrow. But off on our western horizon is the next rainmaker, a low-pressure system that's bringing just a slight chance for storms on Friday. But as I've been saying all week long, just slight chances have been paying off very well here this summer season so far, so we'll have to be ready for them if they do come across. And when will they come across? Well, not tonight. No, it should be clear to partly cloudy with a low near 50 closer to the lake, 40s inland, then turn the tables. Low 70s by the lake on Thursday, but mid to upper 70s farther inland. Sunny and summery on Thursday, even warmer on Friday when we get that storm chance. A warm spell's coming our way, could kick off Friday and could last at least a week. I'll show you how warm it'll get with my 7-day in just a bit.
We will get that sunscreen ready. Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5. The seasonal farm stand is back in Red Cliff when residents can shop, coming up in City by City.